Alrighty. Anyways. I can't just start off every episode with saying anyways, but here I am again. Bedcast 23 moments. And in a moment here, this intro song is going to kick off. It is Runnin' on Empty, Jackson Browne. Here we go.
Looking back at the years gone by.
Absolutely love that song. That was the last few seconds of applause. Fade out. Right, it's episode 23, Moments. I've been wanting to record this one for a little while now. Things have been interesting to say the least, but yeah, after taking a little bit of a break here, back with this episode, and I got inspired to do this one because of this day I was sitting in a Walmart parking lot. Um Honestly, a lot of my time is just kind of spent sitting in my car in in parking lots, just kind of chilling. I mean, to be fair, I'm kind of dicking around with my phone, uh, wasting time. But it got me thinking about this idea of moments. I don't think this is a revolutionarily new concept by any means, but um, we live our lives in moments, and um it's kind of how we perceive time. Obviously we've got hours, days, weeks, months, years, etc. But when we're in a moment, it's kind of hard to separate that time um into the different increments. It's just you're in a moment, or you're in a whatever period of time. And so we really only experience these few select moments with each other, when we're not necessarily cognizant of them. Um, Basically, the story I want to tell is I was in the Walmart parking lot, and God, I don't even know what I bought that day. I think I bought um yeah. So ironically, I think the last episode, or maybe I haven't used it yet, but it's in the bed list, so maybe I have played it already. But that song "Almost Cut My Hair" by Crosby, Stills, Nash and Young. Ironically, I finally did shave my head after about 13-ish years, maybe, of growing my hair out. Like whatever 2021 minus 2008 is, and yeah, it's 13. Yeah, so I needed some new hats, and also my head was just, cold as shit after all that. So, I went into Walmart to get some hats, and then I saw this cool Friday the 13th long sleeve shirt, or long sleeve t-shirt, that I was like, okay, I want that. And just some other dumb shit that I didn't need. But I got back to my car, and I just taken my cart back to the cart return, and I saw this woman having a fight with her kid. And uh to be fair, in the moment I was like, what the fuck, initially. But um the kid, I wasn't really paying so much attention to him as I was her, but she said something along the lines of, what the fuck, you only had one fucking job. And I don't even know what his job was. To watch the cart, maybe? I'm not even sure. Hey, buddy. Sorry, my co-host here's demanding some attention. But yeah, she was pretty upset with him, and being a little, I mean, obviously a little um oh, I mean, I can't think of a good adjective, but not the most pleasant towards him. And I was thinking, like, wow, she's kind of, a bad person, bad parent, whatever. And then, like, that was my first reaction, because obviously we judge very quickly, And that's kind of the moral of the story is it's hard to judge folks based off of these few moments we see or share with them. This was one moment out of many that this woman has had, and it's the only one I'm gonna have with her. Maybe not. Maybe I might run into her again and not realize it's her or something, or you never know what happens. But um, in this moment, she had a big cart full of stuff, and to be fair, they were trying to load all their groceries into the back of this pickup truck, and it was a pretty tall truck. So she could have been really stressed out. She could have just had a rough day. I mean, it was a weekend for me, but that doesn't mean that she didn't just get off work or something, or pick him up from some activity or some kind of like schooling. I don't know. But yeah, it's I had to kind of stop myself and think about all these different things before I really judged her too much on how she was acting towards this kid. And to be fair, it might not have even been her kid. It could have been a nephew or just some kid she was watching, which if that's the case, I don't know if that's better or worse, but yeah, it was definitely an eye-opening experience for me just to kind of sit there and go through all of these emotions in like a matter of minutes. And I'm like, really, really thinking about all this, thinking it all through. Jesus, something. I don't know what just moved, but something scared the shit out of me. Um, but yeah, they really just kind of killed my whole train of thought. But it was one of those learning experiences, and really my big takeaway was just that it's not even just that whole don't judge a book by its cover, don't react to folks off of a first impression. It's just that we we live life in these moments, and these moments can what can be a very small moment can in turn have larger consequences, I guess. I don't think that this one moment will really have too much effect on this kid, but at the same time, you don't know. I mean, I don't know. And um just kind of food for thought. Oh man, getting really tired here again. It's been not even that long of a day, but um it's been a long weekend, I suppose. We're coming up on in the States here. This is this I'm recording this the week of Thanksgiving. Um so, you know, um there'll be a lot excuse me, going on later in the week. Not to get too off track, but I don't know. Like I recently just hung out with a friend over the weekend, and we didn't even do a whole lot. We just kind of chilled out, and we watched we watched a little bit of SpongeBob, just talked a lot, caught up. Um Also went to a jujitsu seminar. That was really fun. Got to meet some new folks there at a different gym than the one I go to. And so, even those are good examples of moments. We, hanging out with my friend. I was there for, a couple hours. We were just hanging out, chilling, nothing too serious. But, I guess that the mantra, time flies when you're having fun, really does apply. Because if we go back to that Albert Einstein quote, um, oh man. If you sit on a hot stove for 2 minutes, it feels like 2 hours. And I'm butchering this, by the way. But if you sit with a hot girl for 2 hours, it feels like it's been 2 minutes. And that's relativity. That's what he says. And I don't even know if that's really a quote of his or not. It doesn't really sound like it, but um, it's just a funny quote, I think. I read that a long time ago. So I mean, I had a really good time at in both moments. They were both on the same day. Um, and looking back, um, that incident in the parking lot was only one small moment out of a larger moment that was that day, I suppose, right? Or there were other moments that shaped how that day went for me. Um, that kid, he didn't even look to be like that upset. So either this was a common thing or it just didn't affect him that badly. He was just like, oh, whatever. She's, maybe he's wise beyond his years and he's like, oh, she's just stressed out. Whatever the fuck is going on, whatever is going through his head. But for me, that didn't really shape, the rest of my day. It didn't alter the course of my day at all. Now, to be fair, during that time, the guys who were returning the carts to the store were doing some wild shenanigans. But I that's kind of what inspired me to do this whole episode here, and just made me think a bit. And honestly, it's been a little while since I've gotten to sit down and do one of these now. So I kind of want to do another one that's gonna be the next something something. But I wanted to finally do this before the idea left me and before the creativity uh urge left. I I follow this guy on various social media platforms. His name is Chewy or Chujitsu, Chew, and a lot of people were asking him about motivation. I know this is a really old episode I did, and he had something really profound to say. He said he doesn't wait for motivation to strike because it's such a fickle thing. He just does. He shows up every day, and then eventually it'll come back. But if he just puts himself in that position, then whether it's there or not, he can still get the job done. And that's as far as like showing up to train and roll and all that. So I'm gonna definitely try to put myself in more of a position to get back to my steady recording schedule and see about getting back into the groove of things. I don't know if 2 a week is too ambitious or not, because realistically I was recording those all on the same night, not to give away my magic or anything, but if there were like let's say there was a something something this day and a bedcast this day, those were usually recorded in the same night. So I don't know if I'll record another one tonight because of how just tired I am already, but yeah, just as a mini something something and a mini update. But yeah, I think that sometimes we just have to slow down, take things in, and really just appreciate the moments that we're in. I know that we're in this world of instant gratification, and our attention span as a society and as a people is very short. We kind of fluctuate to the next hot thing, the next hot button topic, the next the next moment. But if you're able to slow down and kind of think about the moment you're in, or kind of look around and see what's going on, then it might make you feel a little less stressed and a little less anxious in the long run. At least it does for me. But that's up to you, I suppose. But another thing too is we just have to think about if we see some negative side of people, that this is just one instance of their whole existence, and it might not necessarily reflect who they are as a person, or what they're going through. Or actually, maybe it does reflect what they're going through, because maybe they're super stressed out and that's why they're acting in the way they are. But you never know. So um I don't know what the grand, like, the grand takeaway would be, other than moments are they're so hard to define, because you know what a moment is, but at the same time it's not an exact measurement of time. It's just kind of not necessarily even an instance, because a moment can last for maybe several instances. Or no, I'm just getting into the semantics. Don't pay attention to me. But I don't know. I guess that instance or moments woven together can tell a greater narrative, or a greater story of our lives. And I don't know. I mean, I don't want to go into like talking about our value or our worth or anything, but people's opinions of us can change based on that, like, grand average, or like the sum of all of our moments put together. Hopefully, some people have more to go on than others, and some people have less, obviously. But um, I'm really trying to make an honest effort to not jump to either hard conclusion based on very, very, very limited evidence, and um, very few moments that I experience with people. Obviously, the more time you spend with someone, the better you get to know them. But we can't always give everyone that time, because as everyone knows, it's limited, and we don't get that time back. So I don't want to say that it can be wasted, but um, it can certainly feel that way sometimes if we have people who we give a lot to, and in the end things don't go our way, I guess. But yeah, I guess the next time that you are in a moment like that, or you see something happening, just try to think about, like, this is not the totality, or this is not that entire person in this moment. This is just maybe uh the bad moment for them. It could be you could be seeing them at their worst. You could be seeing them, I mean, maybe at their best. I sure hope not. I mean, with the example I was talking about, at least. But you know, um, I guess most of this is coming from like an anti negativity point of view. But um, mm, yeah, because you can't really apply it if someone's being overtly positive, or just super super nice and good, or you wouldn't want to, because I would rather assume that someone is more so nice, and not just being nice for that one moment to get something. But some people do things like that, unfortunately, and that's life. You can't be naive about things. That's just not a good way to live. But it's also not a good way to live being too pessimistic, too nihilistic to, downer, doomer, all that stuff. So you gotta find. Now I'm just getting a little preachy again, but gotta find that balance. I think that's what we're all striving for, but that's also um the hardest thing, is balance. So I don't know if I have any episodes about that, but I might think about that as a future topic. It's an episode about balance. I'm looking through some of my past topics here, and balance is not one of them. I might actually do that. I'm gonna write that down before I forget. Balance. That's really hard to do with one hand, because I'm holding my mic with the other hand. But yeah, I think that's gonna do it for this one. I might come back with a summary after I hit this outro song. I'm gonna switch it up I keep moving things in the bed list queue, so if anybody actually looks at that, I started adding songs that I had used, and then I was adding songs that I'm going to use, but now they're very much out of order, so just to kind of ignore the ones that haven't been used yet. But anyways, this is Southern Cross by Crosby, Stills, and Nash. Enjoy it.
Got out of town on a boat going to Southern Islands, sailing to reach before a following sea. She was making for the trades on the outside, and the downhill run to Papaete. Off the wind on this heading line, the Marquesas. You got 80 feet of a waterline, nicely making way. In a noisy bar in Avalon, I tried to call you, but on a midnight watch I realized why twice you ran away. Think about how many times I had fallen. Spirits are using me, Lord, your voice is calling. What heaven brought you and me cannot be forgotten. I have been around the world, looking for that woman girl who knows love can endure, and you know it will. When you see the Southern Cross for the first time, you understand now why you came this way. 'Cause the truth you might be running from is so small, but it's as big as the promise of a coming day. So I'm sailing for tomorrow, my dreams are a-dying, and my love is an anchor tied to you, tied with a silver chain. I have my ship, and all her flags are a-flying. She is all that I have left, and music is her name. Think about how many times I have fallen. Spirits are using me, Lord, your voice is calling. What heaven brought you and me cannot be forgotten. I've been around the world. I have been around the world, looking for that woman girl and you know it will. Tested, and we never failed to fail. It was the easiest thing to do. You will survive being bested. Somebody fine will come along, make me forget about loving you. In the Southern Cross